Alright guys, today we'll be looking at different BBFC, IFCO, ACB and MPA ratings. First, let's start with the bottom of the barrel anyone can view. Let's go. First we have BBFCU, this is universal, suitable for all. Then we have ACB, G rating, which means generally admitted for youngsters to see. Then we have the G rating in the MPA, which means the same thing. And then we have G for IFCO, which also means the same thing. And now I go into the PG ratings, and there's a reason for this. The reason I'm saying it just PG is because they're all PG, but some of them have different meanings, so I'm going to have to explain them. Lol. First, we have the British Board of Film Classification, PG, which means those under 12 probably need parental guidance. Now on to ACB, PG, which means those under 15 will need parental guidance. Now on to MPA, PG, which means those under 13 will need parental guidance. And the PG in IFCO is the same thing as BBFC. Now onto the films that were specifically designed for teenagers, mostly under 15. First we have the BBFC 12A and 12. Now, 12 is a strictly home video rating and 12A is for the cinema, which means no under 12s are permitted without an adult. Then on to ACBM, which means you're probably going to need to go see it if you're under 15. So it's basically a 12. But 15-year-olds, so a lot of 12-rated films are 15. Anyway, now on to MPA, and they have a PG-13, which means if you're under 13, you need an adult. And finally, the IFCO ratings made the same as BBFC. Now we're on to mostly strictly 15-rated ones now. Let's start with BBFC 15. If you're under 15, you cannot go see this in a cinema or buy a DVD. MA 15 means you need to be accompanied by an adult if you're going to see an MA 15 rated film. Now on to 15A, which is the same thing as MA 15 but in Ireland, and 15 obviously, but they also have a 16 rating, but it's strictly for cinemas, which is interesting. Now on to films that are strictly for adults. Alright, let's start with BBFC. They have 18, which means, if you're under 18, you're not allowed to be in the cinema. And R18 means it's illegal to show it to a child. Now we have R18 in Australia and X18 in Australia. R18 is just British 18, but X is R18. Then we have R and NC17, and it's the same thing, except children are actually permitted to go see R movies if they are accompanied by an adult. And finally, 18 in Ireland is the same 18 in BBFC. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. So, yeah, just have a great day.